Welcome to the Sam and Joe VA Show, where we teach women just like you how to start and scale a thriving virtual assistant business.
We're your hosts, Sam and Joe, and get ready to have the control, flexibility, and freedom you've always dreamed of.
Welcome to episode 81, How Monique Went from EA to VA.
We have got a very special guest here with us in the studio. I've always wanted to say that, by the way, in the studio. This is not a studio at all, anyone that's listening. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. Our very special guest this week is Monique Venn from Virtually Venn. Monique is going to come in and she's going to share her story of her journey from EA to VA. But also, one of the reasons we've got Monique on with us is because Monique was this year's recipient of the VA Foundry Scholarship, which is very exciting. Monique, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sam and Joe. I am so honoured to be here today. I have been a huge fan of your podcast, obviously, since before becoming a VA. So I kind of feel like I've made it now.
You sure have. And I think let's also, for those who are listening who you might not know what an EA is, I'm pretty sure you're going to know what a VA is because that's what this podcast is all about. But an EA is an executive assistant. So that was what Sam's kind of Sam's and mine previously, but also Monique's title before becoming a virtual assistant. So let's kick it off. Thanks for joining us, Monique.
Thank you.
So why?
Yeah, why? The big question. Why the VA world, Monique? How did that happen?
Okay, that is a great question. How long have we got? Because I could just
30 minutes.
Yeah, we're at about 27 at this point. 27 minutes.
I have worked in admin and EA and PA roles essentially my whole career over a multitude of industries. It's always something I have loved doing, and that was my status quo. I've always had an office job. I've always worked in an office. Now, of course, along came the great lockdown of March 2020, and that was really the first time I've ever had an opportunity to work from home for an extended period of time. And wow, were my eyes opened. I was just like, hey, this is awesome. Like I could not get over how much more productive and efficient I was. I was so much happier without all this sort of office distractions and things like that. I felt re-energized and was just sort of like, working from home, that is the life for me. So I had a very happy 6 weeks at home. And then, of course, as we all do at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock, we all sort of sit around the TV and wait for the next level change announcement. And of course, they said that they were going to alert level 2. And I was slightly petrified about that because I just did not want to go back to the office. I had kind of found, as much as I loved being at home, I'd also really isolated myself. Like I basically didn't leave the house at all. My husband is an essential worker, so he was out every day. So I said, well, you go to the supermarket shopping since you're out. I didn't want to be around people. So, yeah, I had a lot of anxiety about going back to the office, sharing a bathroom with like 9 other women again. I was kind of like, no, I just want to stay at home and in my bubble.
Yeah.
It was also coming up to an incredibly busy time of year for me. Usually I would go into the office on both Saturdays and Sundays in order to complete all the work that needed to be done to meet certain deadlines. So I kind of thought it would make sense if I could just have a bit more time to transition back to the office, get myself in the right headspace. So I talked to management about it, and I shall never forget their response. They said to me, "This is not a democracy. You do not get a vote. You will be back in the office." And
wow.
I get like that broke me in a way.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever felt so devalued or dehumanized in my career. It was just like nobody cared how I felt. It was just
Oh my God, I've just got goosebumps. Sorry, just saying. I've just got goosebumps. It's like, oh my God, I was with you in that room just now, Monique, and I almost just cried. Like, that's harsh.
it was. I was devastated. As I said, I just kind of felt like I've been here for, it was nearly 6 years, and I thought I was doing a great job. I thought I was respected and trusted, and it just shattered irrevocably that working relationship that I'd built over so many years and worked so hard. And I thought that was kind of based on mutual trust and respect, and it was just never the same. I went back to the office, of course. I'm dutiful, I'm loyal. I was, I do as I'm told, essentially, but I really struggled, and I just could not get my head back in the game. I did my job amazingly well. That's what executive assistants do. We just pick up and we carry on. I could never let my employers or my clients down, but my mindset was broken. So I knew something had to give.
Your heart just wasn't in it anymore.
No, I kind of, without being too sappy, I kind of felt like my heart was broken.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It just shows how loyal and how great you are at your job by the kind of reaction that you had. So yeah, I commend you for noticing that and knowing that something wasn't okay and that you had an opportunity to make a change. So how did you find out about virtual assistants and that even being a possibility?
Yeah, so I knew something had to give. I also knew that just simply leaving and going and working in another office wouldn't actually change anything. I wanted to recreate the experience that I'd had during those 6 weeks of working from home. So I started looking for work from home jobs. I found most of them tended to be telesales and marketing and things like that, which I'm sure I'd be great. My dad is a consummate salesperson. We've all been brought up being able to talk and sell ourselves. But I kind of thought, I don't really want to be doing that. I love what I do. I'm really good at what I do. I want to do that. And even though Seek has this work from home category, a lot of the jobs that you actually find are more sort of mostly based in the office, but a little bit of flexibility. Like maybe you can work from home one day. I wanted the whole package. And eventually I came across the term virtual assistant and realized that there were people that had their own businesses making money doing exactly the same thing that I'm really highly skilled at. And I'm sort of, well, why don't I just do that?
Yes.
So I kept researching and looking into it. And I discovered the Savvy School, which is now the VA Foundry. And I looked into that, and they were having an online summit, and I signed up. I was like, sign me up straight away. Upgraded to an all access pass because I knew I wouldn't be able to watch it live. So obviously a bit of time has gone on since this democracy gate, I call it. Essentially on a Friday afternoon, I took my laptop home. On Monday morning, I took a couple of days of, we'll say, personal development leave, and I stayed at home for 2 days and just binged watched the whole thing.
Oh wow! I never knew this.
I didn't. That's the first I heard this too.
No, I wasn't feeling well. I needed some personal development. So 5 days of summits and presentations. I watched them all in 2 days. I'd printed out the workbook. I was just scribbling notes, having to pause things so I could write everything down. Let's just say that my mind was blown. I just had discovered a whole new world, and that's where I need to be.
You're like, these are my people.
It's my tribe. Hi. Let me in, please.
Oh, that's so awesome. And so then we obviously had the scholarship applications available, and you really blew us away with how committed you were. Like, we could tell that this was your thing and that you really wanted to put everything into it, and that you would take everything that the scholarship offered with both hands, and you would implement and get it done. So yeah, that is why we chose you. That came across.
And
Absolutely.
guess what? Just to add to that, you have done that. You have followed through on every single promise that you had in that scholarship application form. You have followed through on it. You have turned up. You have put the work in. You've taken the action. You've listened to, I'd say, every single thing, every bit of knowledge that we've kind of thrown at you, and you've just run with it. So hats off to you.
Yes, you should be very, very proud.
Thank you. And it means so much, like coming from you guys. And that's what I love about this community, is that people are genuinely interested in how you feel and how you're doing. And when they say they're proud of you, they actually mean it, not just going, oh, hey, good job, high five. Yeah. You know, it's real. And that's what I find so amazing about being a part of this awesome community.
That's awesome. So let's talk about, what did the scholarship really give you, and what kind of changes did that have on you?
So really, winning the scholarship was the catalyst that led me to take that massive leap of faith in myself and quit my full-time job with no clients. I had nothing else to go to, but I knew with the type of person I am, I'm all or nothing. I couldn't do it as a side hustle. It also didn't sit well with me to try and sort of solicit clients, oh, hi, I'm an executive assistant, but don't tell my employer because I'm still, I just didn't want to do that. So I knew I had to quit my job. So I tried to put as many things in place as I could to make that happen. But definitely that was the pivotal or defining moment, if you want to call it that, was winning that scholarship. I had, I'd gone out to lunch with a friend, and we sort of go out once or twice a month for lunch. And I was saying to her, because we worked together, but she was totally in on what had happened and what I was looking to do. And over lunch, I'd said to her, like if I win that scholarship, that's it. I have to do it. That's the sign I'm looking for. And she's like, yeah, no, it'll be great. We literally finished lunch, drove back to the office. I sat at my desk, opened up my Gmails just to have a quick check, and there was an email in there from the Savvy School, and in the subject line it had congratulations. And I was like, and I opened it up, and it was, hi Monique, you've been selected as this year's 2021 Savvy Scholarship. And I was just doing the silent, like I had to nip into my friend's office and was sort of like, come with me. And she stood behind me at my desk and read the email and was kind of on my shoulders, and we were both sort of trying not to high five. I almost cried. I probably would have if I had been at home, but I didn't want to share emotions in the office.
You're making me cry just hearing that.
But it was kind of like, hey, if you ask the universe for a sign and it gives you one, well, you better make sure that you follow through. So that was really the validation that I needed to, have people actually have faith and belief in what I was saying. I felt like I was good enough again. And I was like, no, I'm doing it.
And you bloody well have. You bloody well have, Monique, honestly. So, okay, where are you now, right now? Where are you in this kind of this VA journey? How are you going in terms of your clients and promoting yourself, and how's it all feeling? Because we're 8 months in?
6 months. So I take my first day of self-employment as the end of my resignation. So I worked out my resignation. I made sure that covered Queen's birthday? Early June. So I made sure I got my 1 day of holiday, and my official first day of self-employment was Tuesday, the 8th of June. So yes, it's been 6 months now. And it's great. So I have 3 clients, which keep me busy. Ironically, one of those clients is my ex-employer. So I have been contracted back until the end of the year to take care of all their event management, which I absolutely love. And hey, guess what? You can do it all from the comfort of your own home. You don't physically need to be in an office to do it. I've been
It's on
doing
your
it.
terms now, isn't it? It's your terms, so it's a lot different to being their employee. It's on your terms.
Have you been tempted to just go, considering they can now see that it does work? So you working for them at home full time absolutely works. Have you been tempted to just go like, I told you so?
A little bit. Maybe I'll wait until the contract ends. Look, that is actually next month anyway. And look, and I think it's about time. Even though I have absolutely loved still being involved, I get a real kick out of organising those events. I've been involved with them for a long time. I know the sponsors who are involved. I know the people who enter year on year and turn up to all the conferences year on year. So that's been great. But I also know if I really, really want to take my business to the next level, I'm going to have to kind of let go of that part-time employee side of it, which I kind of a little bit still feel like that because it's still so familiar. So yes, I think letting that go come December, and then absolutely focusing on the next steps to grow my business.
It's cutting the apron strings, isn't it? There's a lot of comfort in working with them still.
There is a huge amount of comfort and security in being a large corporate environment. That has been really great. But I tell myself, look, there was a reason that you left in the first place. So as nice as it has been, sort of still wrapped in that little security blanket, and having the opportunity to see how it works, setting up my business and working from home, it is well and truly time to move on. So I'm actually really excited about the opportunities that are going to come next year. I've committed to My Success Lab. So that is a 12-month coaching program through the VA Foundry, which I have signed up for. And that's going to be a huge priority for me next year. Like, I'm putting those in my calendars, and client work is going to have to fit in around that, because I absolutely have to get out of this employee mindset. I'm going to put my CEO hat on, my big girl panties, and just make it happen. So that's going to be instrumental to my success. So absolutely looking forward to that.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that kind of mindset shift from employee to business owner. Obviously, as you've just said, that you've got a little way to go in terms of doing that. But has there been like a defining moment in the past 6 months where you've had a real lesson or a real aha moment where you've gone, you know what, I'm a boss, I've got control, I can say no, I value myself? Have you had one of those moments?
Yes, and I think that happened earlier on. As I said, that would definitely be one of my biggest struggles, is actually getting away from that part-time employee to fully fledged business owner. But also now, having done the discovery calls and meeting with other clients and onboarding new clients, has actually really sort of helped that process. But yes, earlier on I did have I reached out to someone. It was a connection through LinkedIn. They were looking for an executive virtual assistant, and I was like, oh wow, that's me. So I had a great chat with the person. Everything that they wanted was stuff that I could do. They wanted someone to manage their inbox and their calendars, sort all their travel, organize meetings and everything for them. And I'm kind of like, oh, that's my bread and butter. That's what I do, baby. So I had this great conversation. And then, of course, they asked for my hourly rate. At that time when I started, I was doing hourly rates. I gave them my hourly rate, and they were like, oh, we were more thinking about insert $40 less than my hourly rate here. So would you be prepared to offer a discount? And I said no. And I kind of couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my mouth, but I was like, well, no, I thank you very much for the opportunity. I believe the price that I've quoted you is very reasonable for the amount of value that I offer, for the skills, the expertise, the amount of time and experience that I have. So look, thank you very much, but no, I'm not prepared to discount that. And they went, oh, okay. Oh, well, bye. And I was like, bye. Have a nice day. And that was huge. Afterwards, I kind of immediately said, oh, maybe I should have taken it. Maybe I should have. I mean, isn't some clients better than no clients? But then having listened to these amazing podcasts, I also knew that that was not the way to set up my business. And if I got more clients, I wouldn't have enough capacity to service people who understood my value, because I'd be working for someone who literally wanted to pay me half of what my time was worth. So that was a big learning curve.
Huge. I remember that moment vividly, because I think you reached out to us, Monique, or you might have shared in a weekly coaching call or something. I don't know how it happened, but you shared that story with us, and it only just happened. And I was so incredibly proud that you had done that without any hesitation. Yes, after the fact, there was a little bit of doubt there, but the doubt wasn't there beforehand. You knew exactly what you needed to do. You knew you needed to say no, and you did that with confidence. And, we have a lot of virtual assistants that listen to this podcast, just like you do. They've heard us talk multiple, occasions about the importance of saying no, the importance of owning and knowing your own value. And even though they hear it, they know it in their heads, when that first moment comes, they come to us, oh my God, this has just happened. What should I do? It's like, you know what you need to do. Now, we didn't have that with you, Monique. You just knew it. You had the confidence in yourself just to bloody well do it. And that was one of my proudest moments of this year, I think, in terms of those, our members who, we like to think we get to know really, really well. So proud of you for that confidence, that innate confidence that you had in yourself.
Thank you. And that means a lot. And as I said, like listening to your podcast and actually taking that stuff on board, because at the end of the day, I didn't quit a really good salary to come home, to be chained to my desk, to work 40 or 50 hours just to make the same amount of money. Like, why would I do that? The whole point is freedom and flexibility, and to go for lunch on Friday and know that I don't have to go back to the office, and you're not going to do that charging half price. I have an old friend, but he is a general manager of a very large real estate company, and his thing, and I have it written down on my desk, is discounting only happens in the absence of value.
Yeah.
If you've got nothing of value, then maybe you'll have to be cheap. But if you've got skills and expertise and knowledge, which as a virtual assistant, of course you have it, you don't need to discount. People who understand your value will pay you what you're worth. And I've got clients who are paying me that now. So it's sort of like,
it's good validation, isn't it?
Ballsy move, Monique. I don't think there is any virtual assistant that we've met. The very first client that said, we want to hire you, but we can't afford you. I don't know anyone else that would have just gone no straight away off the bat. So ballsy move for sure.
Well done. Yeah.
Also, let's maybe close, but half price. Come on.
Also, let's talk about what are your what is in store for you, Monique, in the future? Like, what are you striving towards? What are your future goals?
Look, I'm really amped for 2022. I have a really good feeling. I think the last 6 months have given me a really good base. I've done some good learnings. I know I haven't put in as much mahi as what I could have. On the flip side, having left a corporate EA role after 7 years, I kind of didn't realize how burnt out I was until I took some time. So you know what? Lying in bed on a Monday morning was just the best thing ever. So I kind of thought, like, I'm riding this wave. I can still get up and I can do all the work. It's the great thing with being a virtual assistant. Do it in the weekend. Like, if your hunting's watching the 25th season of Red Stag Hunters Club or something, go to the office and do some work. It's fantastic. So that's why I'm really pumped for 2020, because I am cutting all ties. It's going to be a clean slate. My Success Lab is absolutely going to help me all the way, and it's going to be a big year. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, is legitimately standing on my own 2 feet. Not that I haven't been, but as I said, just focusing solely on my own clients and my own business. I'm really excited about that.
And we're so excited for you. You're totally going to do it. You're going to nail it. You're going to kick 2022's butt for sure. So if we were to look further, beyond 2022, what, do you see yourself as kind of a one man, one woman show, or do you think at some point that you might want to grow to an agency and bring on a team?
Good question, and something that I have been thinking about at the moment. That's not on the cards. I remember having a conversation with my husband about that because he was kind of like, but if there are clients out there who want to pay people half your rate, why don't you just hire someone to do that work and then you can kind of put the ticket a little bit? And I'm like, but I don't want to be an employer.
Yeah.
Not at this stage. I've just left a job. I need to figure my own stuff out before I can actually be responsible for. I get the concept and it's absolutely great. Not for me right now. But yes, potentially in the future. I mean, obviously like you, Joe, with your business, actually having a manager in there who's taking care of that for you while the business runs successfully. I mean, that's a fantastic goal. So I think I'm just going to take 2020 as it comes, see how my business grows, get some awesome new clients on board and take it from there. I mean, I know it's very important to future plan, but I also don't want to sort of lock myself into thinking I need to do something when I'm not quite sure what that something is.
Yeah. Watch the space, eh? Watch the space.
Absolutely. 2020.
And you know what? And that's one of the amazing things about this industry, isn't it? And about this business is that you can just make decisions whenever you want to make decisions, and you can change your mind if you want to change your mind, and you can do things on your own terms.
And you can change your goals.
Yeah, you can change those goals.
Change your goals. You can change it at any time. That is what I love about being a business owner too, is that we actually get so much control. We can make any decision that we want to make based on how we feel and what we want. So yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that I have picked up from the podcasts and the monthly coaching calls and stuff like that, is basically there is no right or wrong, or there is no you must do it this way and that's the only way to do it. It's like if you want to stop charging hourly rates and go to service packages, do that. If you want to next month change back and go, I'm going to take on a couple of clients because I really like them and I think our values and personalities really mesh, then I can do that too. As you said, there's no hard and fast. You just do what works best for you.
Yeah. What would you say to the other VAs, or sorry, not VAs, EAs that are kind of listening, that have been on the fence for a while, thinking about, yes, I really love the idea of the virtual assistant world, but I'm scared. I don't know if I'm going to make enough money, and what service am I going to offer? And I don't know how to charge myself. I don't know how to sell myself. All those fears that those EAs are sitting there thinking about. What would you say to them?
Just do it.
Just do it.
I don't want to be facetious or anything, and I don't want to get into trouble with Nike, but seriously, just do it. What have you got to lose? What is the worst thing that can happen to you? I remember when I was in between that sort of, I know what I want to do, I'm not too sure how I do it, just sort of on the fringes of learning about virtual assistant. And I got in touch with a friend who was an HR manager she was ex-HR manager at an IT firm that I used to work with. Now, she had quit her job because she was miserable, trained as a life coach, and now specializes in career confidence coaching for women.
Cool.
So Gina Hubbard, I sent her an email and said, Gina, hi, long time no see. It's been about 8 years, but I need some clarity. Can you help? So I had a free 1 hour session with her. I ended up signing up for 10 weeks of coaching, and that was great for me. It really helped me sort of get in touch with my strengths and my beliefs and fears. So that was one of the things that we talked about. And she had asked me, what is it that is stopping you from leaving your job and starting your own business? And I said, well, my greatest fear is that I will quit my job. No one will ever hire me. Like I just won't get any clients. No one will ever hire me. I will blow through all our savings trying to support my business and contribute my share, and I'll just have no money left, and I'll have no clients, and I'll have to get a job. And Gina said to me, okay, so sounds like your worst fear is having a job. Aren't you already doing that? And I was kind of like, well, when you put it like that, duh. But you get so wrapped up in being scared of something that you've never tried that I was miserable in my job. I was already living my worst nightmare, but I was scared to leave it in case I had to get another job. In the meantime, you're missing out on all the amazing things that are there for you, opportunity, if you don't take a leap. So just do it. Like life is too short to wake up every day feeling anxious and miserable going to work. Like if you're disillusioned, if you're disengaged, you have all the power. You have everything inside you that you need to achieve. So do it. If you're already employed as an executive assistant, you have amazing skills and expertise and knowledge that people want. I mean, you're already employed, so it makes sense that there'd be another company out there that would want to take you on. You're resourceful and resilient. It is highly unlikely you're going to end up sleeping under a bridge eating stale bread. Like, it's just not going to happen. So what have you got to lose?
It's like the worst thing that could happen is that you are in the same position that you are right now. So why not, right? I love that you talked about that, Monique. That's awesome.
Yeah,
very, very
honestly, couldn't have said it. Couldn't have summed that up better ourselves. For sure. And and you know, if those that are kind of listening in and not understanding or not realizing that you can become a virtual executive assistant, basically, Joe did it, I did it, Monique's done it. This is our backgrounds. This is where we came from.
Yeah, it's totally possible. And, you know, you talked about the fear of, what if nobody's going to hire me? Well, people have hired you through your whole career for your EA skills. So why wouldn't they hire you just in kind of a different kind of model and structure as a virtual assistant? Like, that doesn't make sense. Of course they're going to hire you. It's about your skills and experience in you that they're hiring.
Oh, that's right. And especially, I mean, one of the best things to come out of COVID is that so many more companies are now just so much more open to remote and flexible work. To quote Joe Jensen, remote working is the new way of working. So the companies now understand the value of actually having a contractor versus an employee. You can get in, you can do the business. They only pay for the hours that you work. You get the flexibility that is so important for your mental health and well-being. And it's a win-win situation for everybody.
Yeah, it's very true. Very, very true. Well, Monique, one of the things that you got access to in your scholarship, which you are now a paying member of, is the Members Club. So let's talk about that. What was the best thing about the Members Club for you, and what made you kind of move into actually paying for it after your scholarship finished?
Yep. So when I had that free week as part of my VA Summit All Access Pass, I was completely blown away by the amount of information and resources in there. Obviously, as an EA VA, we're all incredibly, for me anyway, I'm incredibly detailed oriented, and literally having a self-coaching step-by-step guide with all the information that you need, it was an absolute no-brainer to stay on and become a paying member after my scholarship left. Any questions that you have, anything, it's just like, it's already been done. Someone's already answered your question and it's all here. All you need to do is look. So that, I think for me, just that whole step-by-step course, absolutely amazing. I still refer to it, still working my way through it. And there's so many different stages. So as you grow and evolve, the course grows and evolves with you. And not only that, it's that real sense of community from all the other members. I mean, people talk about, oh yeah, we're a great community, but this is genuine. People talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. Or here in the Members Club, they do. You are held accountable, but there's so much support. It's a judge-free zone. You can, if you're having a great day, yay. If you're having a shitty day, everyone is just, and that's what I found really amazing is you can literally be yourself. And these men, women genuinely care about your success because there is no competition, because everyone's individual. They all have their own skills and niches, and their clients might not be your clients. And at the end of the day, there's enough business for everyone, so that there's no need to be competitive. If you're struggling with anything, it's better than Google. You just put a question in the members club thing on Facebook, and someone already knows the answer. You don't have to go and look up stuff for yourself anymore and figure it out. You go, oh, how do I, with that Trello board, how do I get the thing to sign to? I can't link in it, and someone will just go blah, 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 and you'll be like, oh, okay, well, that saved me 3 hours of my life trying to figure that out.
Google for VAs. That's fantastic. Monique, will you write our sales copy for us? Because that's a better job than we do.
I do love writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are a great writer. Your about section on your LinkedIn is amazing. So yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
Jo, her entire LinkedIn presence is just 5 stars.
Yeah, your posts.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well,
Thank you.
we love having you as a member inside the members club, and you also build on that, that community kind of feeling in there as well, and you're super supportive of everyone. So thanks for being in the members club. And so if anyone else would like to be where Monique is and go from that EA to VA, the members club really is where it is at. So we'll drop a link below so that you can check out all the details for that. And coming up next year, we will have a scholarship application announcement too. So keep an eye out for that for our 2022 scholarship. So thanks so much for joining us, Monique.
Thank you, honestly, so much for having me. I have been packing myself for about 3 weeks, thinking about coming up on here and what if I say the wrong thing, and what if I swear or do anything. And this has been absolutely brilliant. I was so scared. You have made it so easy. I could just stay here and chat all day if you want to keep going. But
we could too, very easily.
This has been exceptional, and I thank you so much for the opportunity. And yes, anyone out there thinking about just do it. Join the members club. Join my Success Lab. It's an absolute. You ladies have changed my life from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thanks, Monique.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sam and Joe VA Show. If you'd like to find out more, head to the VA Foundry website to check out the members club and the amazing resources, training and coaching.
You can find us at thevafoundry.com.